Hello, everybody. So today I'm going to get into a series of videos on Asian geography, and Asia's really big, so we got to break it up. So I'm going to focus first on an area of Southeast Asia, and really you can see this is from Burma or Myanmar all the way over to Indonesia, the Philippines, and through the Southeast Asian peninsula down here, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, Thailand. So let's get into it. Southeast Asia is really an area that is very, very, tropical and wet. It is impacted heavily by monsoon winds. So, what you have here are winds that, depending on the time of year, either blow from the north over the land out to the sea or from the sea into the land. So from May to October, that is their hot and rainy season. November to April, that is their hot and dry season. You do have lots of tropical forests, so exports here are really big on like food and spices. Big river systems like the Mekong and the Irrawaddy River, and there are lots and lots of oil reserves in this area of the world. And this is what I'm talking about, monsoon winds. So we're going to talk about this again when I do India. So you have the winter monsoon with the high system and the winds are coming out. And so this is going to be your hot, but you're dry because it's circulating from high pressure here. And then as the low pressures come in, bringing moisture from the sea, this is the summer monsoon in which it will be very, very wet. And when I talk about wet, I'm talking about deep drenching rain. So I'm from New Jersey. Like we don't even understand this type of rain. We get it maybe every now and again, but you're talking about just ready drenching rain that is happening all the time that you have to be prepared for. So if you're going to visit this area in the summer, one, you're going to be hot, and two, make sure that you have a raincoat. And as a result, we get some of the densest jungles in the entire world. Here is the Vietnamese jungle, and as you can see here, just, tree on tree on tree. But we also have beautiful civilizations that grew up in the jungles. This is actually Angkor Wat in Cambodia. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These incredible Buddhist temples, part of the Khmer civilization that in the 12 and 1300s was prevalent in where modern day Cambodia is. And this is just these beautiful temple structures. And as you can see here, after it was abandoned, so here is a Buddha, and covered, you see how thick the trees just grow around things. You see this tree is literally grown through things, and that's what we have in the jungle. And again, that's why it's challenging to live in the jungle, because of just this massive amount of vegetation. And here's what it looks like in the heritage site itself. We also have lots of different animals, leopards and orangutans in this region, smaller elephants, like in the islands of like Borneo, as you can see here, rhinos as well. Pretty much all of these animals are borderline endangered or are endangered, but really incredible amounts of wildlife. And, tigers. We have to be careful of tigers. Now, in Papua New Guinea, there's a fascinating group of birds. And New Guinea is like, you could put it part of Southeast Asia. A lot of people would put it in part of Oceania. I'm just going to throw it in here because it's kind of close. And so over history in Papua New Guinea, the birds of paradise have evolved that the female birds are very, very particular when it comes to a mate. And so as a result, the birds have developed this bright plumage and feathers. This guy right here, he actually dances. I'm not even kidding, dances. You can look it up online. Birds of paradise dancing. This is absolutely incredible. And some just are wild. I mean, this is one of those birds. This bird actually, when it jumps around, it makes like clicks when it dances. It's absolutely fascinating. You can see it's got this bright yellow mouth to try to draw attention of a mate. Just really, really incredible wildlife. And that's what we see in these jungles area, just this massive, diverse wildlife that's really incredible. Again, you also have these giant rivers. This is the Mekong River that flows through Laos and Vietnam and Cambodia. Very, very long river. one of the longest rivers in Asia. Lots of nutrients here, and you can see you have all of these different, this little farm area here because there's plenty of rain. And also giant catfish. I'm not even kidding. That is a catfish that was captured out of the Mekong River. I mean, you literally have to tackle that guy. It's absolutely insane. And there are also, waterfalls. This is the Luang Prabang Falls in Laos. This is an area that you could visit and just see the beautiful, again, in the jungle, and we see all the water and just absolutely gorgeous. Another big river system in this area is the Irrawaddy River, and they have a very special dolphin, as you see there on the left, that actually looks like it's smiling. This kind of blunt-nosed dolphin. River dolphins are always a little bit different. If you remember in the Amazon, we had our pink dolphins. And then here we are seeing these really incredible dolphins. And even in areas like today, actually, in Venice, they have some dolphins that occasionally swim through their areas as well. So dolphins show up in a remarkable amount of places. The Philippines also gives us access to a lot of interesting animals. On the left there, that's an aye, this little tiny primate type animal with these like crazy eyes. On the right there is a sea crake. Some of the most dangerous snakes that you'll ever see. If it bites you, you're done. So, there's not a lot you can do there. But again, what's great about Southeast Asia, if you are this beach person, if you are the warm and the hot area person, like this is the area that you really want to go to. And so here's a great example. The Phi Phi Islands in Thailand. They're these little islets that make these really interesting areas that you can boat into and go on the beaches. I mean, come on. How do you not want to go there? I mean, I guess if you don't like the beach or, you don't like life, you wouldn't want to go here. But just, again, you see the combination of the deeper, darker water outside and then that tealy green, just absolutely gorgeous. Yep, there we go. And really, however, the largest country in this area is Indonesia. Indonesia is the third largest, or it's not third largest country in the world, sorry. It's the fourth largest country in the world. Well over 200 million people, and it's a collection of thousands of different islands that you can go to and visit. Probably the most famous is Bali. This is actually a hotel complex in Bali. Really appeals to, some people looking at the quote unquote higher end type things. Lots of Europeans like to visit here, as well as people from like Japan and China, although more and more Americans are coming to this area as well. And to wrap up, there's also unique areas. So this is Komodo Island. It looks nice and pretty, but this is where Komodo dragons live, the largest reptile on the planet. It's got a toxic bite, and like if it bites you, you'll just get sick and die. And so again, just like what I saw with tigers, you have interaction with wildlife in these areas. But this is just, again, this purpose of these videos is just to give you this little short burst of what the environment is like in these areas. And so that finishes up our quick little blip on Southeast Asia, and we'll move on to different parts real soon. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.